Once upon a time, right here in Central Florida, there lived a really nice guy, Bob and his dog Buster. They were best of friends, a man and his dog. They did all sorts of things that you might do with your dog. They went on walks together, played ball together, sang songs together, and in general, they simply had a rousingly good time. But little did they know, their lives were about to change forever. Because one cloudy Monday morning, while taking their usual stroll around the neighborhood, they were suddenly transformed instantly into Cowboy Bob and Buster. Bob was quite the cowboy, and Buster had become strangely human. Together, they were a great team. Now, with the help of their ever-faithful companion, Deputy Franco, Bob and Buster are here every day to entertain and bring you the best cartoons from anywhere around. That's right, kids. It's time for the Cowboy Bob and Buster Show.
Today's the day we're gonna play. We're gonna have some fun with Cowboy Bob and Buster. Deputy Franco will keep you in line, and every week you'll have a new adventure. Oh my! We'll show you things you've never seen with cartoons we all know. It's the Cowboy Bob and Buster Show.
Hey, it's great to be with you again today. Here we are at Fantasy at Flight in Polk City, Florida. Deputy Franco here speaking on behalf of Cowboy Bob and Buster. Here we are at Fantasy at Flight, and Deborah Johnson's going to tell us who we're going to meet today. Deborah, who we got to introduce to it today?
Hi, Deputy. We're really glad you're back again. And Today, I'd like to introduce you to Paul Stussowitz. Paul is one of our restoration specialists, and he's going to tell you all about bombers and fighters in Fightertown.
Oh, neat. Yeah. Paul, you're a restoration specialist. So what do you do with these bombers?
Well, the bombers, most of the bombers that we have here are already flying airplanes, so we just try to maintain those airplanes so we can keep flying them around so everybody can see what these airplanes look like when they're in the air.
What's this big one that's in back of us here?
This is a Martin B-26 Marauder. This is the only flying B-26 in the world.
Wow, neat.
Yeah, it's a beautiful airplane, and we've had it for about 2 years now, and we just got it back from Oshkosh, Wisconsin. It was up there for an air show, and we just brought it back, and it's going to be one of the featured airplanes at the Sun and Fun Air Show.
Holy neat, this is great. Paul, how did you get involved in restoring all this, the airplanes?
These old airplanes? Well, as a little kid, I was always involved in like playing with model airplanes and you know, goofing around with kites and stuff as a kid. And as I grew up, I always wanted to work on things and fix things and make them look pretty and stuff. So after I got out of school, I went to a special school called Embry-Riddle over in Daytona Beach, and that's where they taught me how to work on old airplanes. And then I just started looking around for jobs, and I got the job here at Fantasy Flight working for Kermit Weeks, and just having a great time. It's a lot of fun, learn a lot of different things. It's kind of the dream job that I've always wanted.
Wow, that's great. Hey, we're gonna spend more time with Paul over here. We're gonna look at some of the bombers and the fighters right after this cartoon, okay? Come back right after this cartoon. We'll see you then.
The world at the fair. Their father and mother and sister and brother, oh, everyone's there. The world's at the fair. From France to Australia, from Maine to Westphalia, oh, everyone's there. You're sure to meet Tom, Dick, and Harry, and maybe the one you'll eventually marry. If you should be there, you'll never regret it, and never forget it, for the whole world's at the fair.
biscuit. Ooh, free parking. Come on, Miranda. All right, Elmer. Never seen the like. Never did. Well, look at there. Wonderful. Oh, look. Oh. What's this? Oh. Wonderful. Yes, sir. Must be homes built by the weight. Yeah. Wonderful. Oh, look at there, Miranda. Oh, ain't that wonderful? Nope. Gosh, I'm kind of thirsty. How about you? Uh-huh. Oh. Well. Look at that. Oh. Well, I never. Fresh, too. Well. Think I'll tidy up a bit. Uh-huh. See you later, Elmer. All right, Sunday. Well, what in tarnation? Hey! Look out there. What you doing? Oh. Thanks. Combing kind of cheeky with you. Oh. Some service. Yep. Oh. Well. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Nice. Pretty good. Come on. Learn to dance again. This is fun. Guess I'll learn how to dance too. Come on, big boy. Swing it. When it's risky do. doggy. Get in, Miranda.
Let's go, Elmer.
Come on, dog biscuit, we're off.
Hey, welcome back. Boy, we're here in front of this big, what is this, a B-24?
It's a B-24 Liberator.
What a huge plane. What's this one used for?
This was an American-built 4-engine bomber that was used in World War II. And this airplane flew in all areas during World War II. It was in Europe, it was in England, it was in South Pacific, and it was probably one of the best American bombers of World War II.
And is there any significance between the number 24? Does that mean it would hold 24 bombs?
No, 24 is just a model designation that was given by the company. When they designed an airplane, they would have a certain number of models, and when this one was designed, it just happened to be the number 24th design that they had.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is a huge plane. Is there anything that's different about this from all these other planes?
It's probably one of the biggest airplanes that we have. It carries probably the biggest bomb load of most of the bombers that we have.
How many?
It's hard to say. It carries 500-pound bombs. It probably has about a 2,000-pound bomb load, and had a big range. It carried 10 crew members inside the airplane. Yeah, pilot, co-pilot, had a lot of gunners on it. You can see in the front here, and it had on the front and the back, it had a big turret gun. And there's actually a guy that sat in this big turret up here, and he was able to control it. He was able to turn it sideways and up and down, and when the airplane was trying to get attacked or getting shot down, his job was to protect the airplane from getting shot down. So there's a lot of these positions all over the airplanes.
So this little compartment that he sat in is called the turret?
It's called a turret.
Okay.
Machine gun turret, yeah.
Well, I want to see some of these. What's this one? This is a Spitfire, is that right?
It's a Mark 16 Spitfire. That is a British-built fighter that was used during World War II. Probably one of the best fighters that the British produced. It saw service everywhere. It saw service in England. The Russians used it in the South Pacific. The airplane was very extremely popular, very dependable.
It looks very similar to the planes that I saw in the World War II. There's a lot of movies like with.
Yeah, the Spitfire was in the Battle of Britain movie. If anybody's ever seen that movie, it was made down in the '60s, and they used a lot of Spitfires in the Battle of Britain because at that time that was the main fighter that the British were using to defend England.
Did the Japanese have a lot of like this too?
They had some airplanes that were similar, but not quite the same design. They used a different design. A lot of the airplanes were smaller than the British and American airplanes.
Okay, now the bomber has 10 people in it.
Has 10 people.
How many?
All the fighters were single-pilot airplanes. They had to be small. They had to be maneuverable, so they only had one crew member in them.
And did these get started up like the plane we were yesterday?
Now, most of the bigger airplanes, like the B-24 and the fighters of World War II, had electric starters, so somebody didn't have to go out there and try to hand prop the thing.
Yeah.
It was too big of a prop, and it would be too difficult to do. So they had electric starters. The pilot just pushed a big old button in the cockpit, and it just spun the propeller, and it started right up.
And this is an English airplane?
English airplane.
Okay.
English airplane.
And
yeah.
the B-24 was an American
airplane, yeah.
Paul, this Spitfire and this bomber, these kind of the planes that the Red Baron drove?
No, the Red Baron was World War I ace, and those were mostly wooden and fabric airplanes, similar to maybe like the Stomp and some of the other planes that we have in the exhibits. But that's World War I was basically that kind of stuff.
These are World War II.
These are World War
What else
II.
do you have to show us besides these planes?
Let's go and check out Fighter Town. There's a lot of cool airplanes in there and some simulators that we can take a look at.
Fighter Town, great, let's go. Come on, kids, let's go. Well, here we are in front of this broken airplane. What happened to the wings? Why are they broken?
The wings they're not actually broken, that they fold. This is a Navy designed airplane, and Navy always needed to put a lot of airplanes on their carriers. So to make more space, they made all their airplanes' wings fold.
Oh, neat.
So they fold up and down. So when they went to go fly, the pilot hit a little switch in the cockpit, and the wings would come down. He's ready to go fly.
And there's a lot of parts in there too.
Oh man, this is a Chance Vought Corsair. This is a World War II fighter, and it is made up of like hundreds of thousands of parts. Amazing airplane. It's one of the best Navy fighters that the Americans built in World War II.
When I asked about the Red Baron, you said that was he was the most famous World War I fighter pilot. Who was the most famous World War II fighter pilot?
Well, one of the most famous World War II pilots was a guy by the name of Pappy Boyington.
Pappy Boyington.
He flew Corsairs just like this one, and he had a squadron. It was called the Black Sheep Squadron. There used to be a TV show called the Black Sheep Squadron. You've probably seen it. Probably some of the kids about this. It was a great show. And
a squadron is just a group of...
Squadron's a group of airplanes, usually about 16 or 18 airplanes, and he was the head, he was the commander of a squadron called the Black Sheep, and he flew this airplane, and he had 28 kills during World War II. He shot down 28 enemy airplanes with a Corsair in World War II.
Wow. So he really did his job.
Well, he did a great job.
Okay, Paul, now there had to be advancements and improvements from the World War I planes to the World War II planes. What were some of those advancements?
Well, as time went on from World War I to World War II, you know, people wanted to go faster with their airplanes. They wanted to be safer. They wanted to do more things with airplanes. So as time went on, they just started making improvements as far as using more metal to make the airplane more streamlined, bigger engines to go faster, bigger props to go faster, and just a lot more comforts for the pilot and the whole crew. That was the big change from World War I to World War II.
Okay, thanks. Now, we're going to get into the simulator. Before I get into the simulator, what exactly is a simulator?
The simulator is exactly what it says. It's a little cockpit that you sit in, and it actually simulates or makes you think that you're in an airplane and you're actually flying like a Corsair. And it has the same kind of control feels, same kind of buttons, and you're seeing the same thing that a pilot would see in a real airplane, except you're on the ground and you're safe, and if anything goes wrong, you're not going to get hurt.
Okay, I'm game for that. This is something I've always wanted to do.
Yeah,
always wanted to do.
It's a lot of fun.
You too, Bob? Yeah, ever since watching all those movies from a long time ago. This is great. Hey, we're going to go into the simulator to show you all about the simulator. Okay, right after this cartoon.
was a dog.
Who's the comedian around here? That's better. Beat it. Say, what kind of a dog are you? So you're the bashful type. Attention! Say, was your mother ever frightened by a mule? There's just one way to prove you're a dog. Forward! March! settles it. Hey, jackass! Out you go.
Right shoulder arms. About face. Quarter arms.
Everything under control. The situation is well in... Oh! Hey! Oh! 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 Feels good.
Wow, this is really neat. Welcome back from the cartoon, huh? I'm going to get into this simulator here.
Yeah, be careful there, you know. It's just like mounting your horse there.
Like mounting a horse.
And just
where do I
hoist your
step?
leg up. Just
Should I
step
put
right
my
on the
foot
seat there. Right on the seat. You're not going to hurt anything here.
All right.
These are regular size, full-size simulators, too. Not anything that's any smaller than a regular airplane. It's
So
like the
just
big
like a
airplane.
real
Yeah.
airplane.
Just like
like
inside.
a Corsair.
Yep.
And I put on this.
Put on your headset so you can talk to the tower and you can talk to all your fellow pilots out there that are helping you fly.
Wow,
There
this
you
is
go.
swell.
Isn't that neat?
Yeah.
Here's your screen right here.
Holy cow.
And this is the flying over the South Pacific. This here on the left-hand side, this is your throttle. If you want to slow down, you pull it back. You can hear the engine kind of cut down. If you want to go faster, you pull it all the way forward there.
Oh, yeah.
That's the throttle. And over here is your control stick. Here, this makes you go up and down and then left and right this way like that. And you also have rudder pedals, too, over here that makes you also help you turn on your thing.
Hey, let me give it a try. landed. Boy, what a, this thing, whoa. Boy, that sure does feel like we've been flying. It's a good thing to have bars to hang on to. That is something else. Thanks a lot, Paul, for joining us, and thanks for sharing all your knowledge with us and all the fun stuff. This great simulator.
Thanks for coming by. I hope you had a good time.
Hey, and we're going to come back again tomorrow, okay? So we want you to come back and join us, okay? This is going to be great. Another Cowboy Bob and Buster show. We're going to be flying an ultralight. This is great. I want to go up in an ultralight. It's going to be fun, huh? Flying an airplane, okay? Thanks a bunch, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Wow, this is neat.